when we all in the same circle, right? This whole financial crisis, it affects all of us. It don't affect just white people, and don't affect just black people. We're in the same circle. The only people that's not feeling it is the ones that's at the top, all right? The ones that's at the top, the ones that's reptile, and the ones that's closest to the reptile. Okay? So this whole diversion of racism, etc., don't buy off into it. Realize it, some of them don't. But they're fucking slaves just like us. But they don't suffer like we do. They're more like corporate slaves. Okay? Because they ain't free. They ain't just get up and leave the goddamn planet like they can't do that. They still got answers to somebody. The ones, I'm talking about the ones up here, alright? The ones that run the banking and the financial institutions. Okay? They are slaves also. And I talked about this shit. Slaves to a fucking reptilian race of beings. A race of reptilian beings, alright? Do your research. You know the truth now. You know it. You know that we are all in the same boat. What affects you economically affects me as well. We both go to the same stores to buy our food. We rely on the same utility companies basically for our power. We shop at, no man is an island. Okay? But you need to know the truth. You need to know the truth. Don't buy off into that bull about the Anunnaki is a reptilian race, etc., etc. When you say, oh my God, you are really talking about Anu, the head of the Anunnaki. Okay, because he was mistaken for as God in the Bible, in the Bibles. But the one true God, the one true creator God of this entire universe and beyond is not flesh. Not flesh at all. Even in the Bibles, when you go and look, people in these churches think that God in the book of Genesis is the almighty creator. It just speaks to Anu. That is just Anu. That's it. That's the Anunnaki. Let us make man in our own image and likeness. Okay? Us. Somebody know the difference between singular and plural. You will be able to pick up on that. Singular, one. Plural, two. Let us make man in our own image and likeness. But the true creator is one entity. So when you talk about that verse in the book of Genesis in the Bible, let us create man in our own image and likeness, we're talking about a council of people, like a body of Congress. Okay? Let us. It is made up of different people. Let us make man in our own image and likeness. It didn't say let us make a man. Let us make man. Man was already here. They just took what was there already and re-engineered it. Pretty much like the way we re-engineer chickens and cattle. Is selling clone meat in the supermarket now. If you notice, yes, clone meat is being sold in the supermarkets. KFC, they can't even call themselves Kentucky Fried Chicken no more. That's why they changed it to KFC. Simply because it's not chicken as we know it. These are genetically modified birds. You know, no beak, no feathers. Can barely stand up on their 2 feet. Because they so big. So if we're able to do some things like that, I'm pretty sure it's not hard for the Anunnaki to, you know, do genetic splicing, etc., back then. I'm gonna break it down to you. Don't worry about trying to wake other people up. If you're watching this video and you've been watching it, I mean, you know a little something about what's going on as far as Negro, etc., etc. But trying to tell somebody else that's clueless, that suffers from cognitive dissonance and believe everything that they hear on the mainstream media, don't worry about them, okay? Don't worry about them. Let the chips fall where they may, whatever happens to them, okay?